Hi guys, it's Hellsic yet again, and tonight we are going to be reading another creepypasta off of the CreepyPasta website. And this one shall be called Every Child's Fear. If I didn't just mess that up. I just lost it, sorry. Okay. Disclaimer. This story is not written by myself personally. It's read off the CreepyPasta website, which you can find out in the description box below, along with all my links for social media as well. I hope you guys sincerely enjoy the series. I plan to keep doing them, so yeah. This creepypasta has a rating of 6.6 out of 10, and it doesn't seem that very long, because I know a lot of people don't like long videos. And so yeah, let's just get creepy tonight. Compose. You remember that feeling, don't you? The feeling that you're being watched, that if you make the slightest movement, you're dead. Everybody had that fear as a child. You wake up in the night, can't get back to sleep, shuffling back and forth from one uncomfortable position to the next, hoping to find a way to sudden slumber. You give up. There's no way you're going back to sleep anytime soon, so you simply turn to your side and stare out the window. The road, the lights, the trees, all seem so strange under the cover of night. You try to keep your mind quiet of any distractions, remembering that you still need to sleep. And that's when the feeling hits you. The feeling swarms over you like an ice-cold bucket that has just been spread across your back. You remember that it is night, and that night is when fear likes to hunt. You feel almost as if you're being watched from behind you. You can't see it, but its eyes are trained on you. You want to move, but you can't. If you do, something bad. No. Something horribly wrong is going to happen to you. The only thing you can do to remain calm. The only thing you can do is remain calm and still, and then it won't notice you. As you lie on your bed, frozen in fear, you begin to think about your bed sheets. If only you could quickly grab your bed sheets and throw them over yourself, to hide your body from whatever evil monstrosity stands behind you. It could be done. Perhaps. If you're fast and precise, you could succeed. You decide to think no longer. You flip yourself up and grab bedsheets with both hands. Without looking around the room, you swipe back down, covering yourself with a thick blanket. Safety. It is then that your mind comes back to you, and you remind yourself that there is nothing there. Darkness clouds the mind and causes it to hallucinate, with the only limitations being your imagination. You slowly poke your head out of the sheets and scan your eyes around the room. Nothing. You place your head back on the pillow and slowly drift off to sleep. This is every child's fear, and parents always tell their children to go back to sleep, and that is good for them to work through the fears. They are wrong, because what they don't know is that when the children hide under their bed sheets, the real fear is not what is standing over them, but what is staring at them from under the covers. And that's that. I am really not satisfied with that story, to be perfectly honest. It lacked any real happenstance. So let's read another one. Another short story called The Rest Stop, and this one credit goes to the Radical, something like that. This one has 8 out of 10 stars. Let's begin. Alright, so I'm not someone who's into the paranormal or the supernatural. I don't believe in ghosts, monsters, alien, or anything like that. However, I have to write about what happened to me last week, because I honestly don't know how to explain it. I work in the sales department for a large company, and I'm frequently required to travel. When I have to go out of town for business, I almost always drive. I've always loved road trips, and I really enjoyed the time alone. It's just me, some music, greasy fast food, and the open road. When I'm on a longer trip, I usually sleep in a hotel room somewhere in the daytime and drive at night. There aren't as many people on the road, and there's less chance of getting a ticket for speeding. It was during my last road trip that I experienced something strange, and it was the scariest thing that has ever happened to me. I was driving through Texas along Interstate 40. I had left Amarillo and was planning to drive through Albuquerque to Flagstaff. Sometime after 1 a.m., I drove through a small town in Texas called Glen Rio. Glen Rio seemed to either be completely closed down at that time of night or it was a total ghost town. About 10 miles later, there was a rest stop. As you can expect, it was just your typical dirty rest stop with a few vending machines and a restroom. I figured I'd pull in, use the restroom, maybe grab a candy bar and a soda from one of the machines and continue along the interstate. First of all, there weren't any cars parked at the rest stop, which isn't unusual outside a small town at that time of night. I parked my car and headed for the restroom. The restroom was dirty, dimly lit with those stainless steel toilets. There was graffiti on the walls and along the mirrors, and that usual gross smell that is unique to rest stop bathrooms. There was nothing more unusual or strange about it than any restroom you'd ever seen in the first that you'd see at any other rest stop in America. I stood in front of one of the urinals to do my business, and that's when I started hearing a strange noise. It sounded like laughter, but kind of gargled, almost like someone was laughing from underwater. I don't know how else to explain it. It was a loud laugh, more of a chuckle. It was only for a moment, and then it stopped. Like I said, I'm a very rational person, so I didn't think much of it. I thought it was probably just a plumbing issue or something. Just before I had finished doing my business, I heard it again. Only it was louder this time, just a gargled laugh. The bathroom had several stalls, and like I said, it was dimly lit. The sound was coming from the stall furthest down. The stall door was closed, and it was a stall with the least amount of light, rendering it almost totally dark. "Hello?" I said. As soon as I spoke, the sound stopped again. "Is there anyone in there? Are you all right?" There was another sound, almost like someone dragging their feet. Then there was silence. I bent down so I could see underneath all the stalls. Now, like I said, there wasn't much light illuminating that particular bathroom stall, but I could tell there was no one in there. I shrugged and went to wash my hands before heading back out to my car. Just as I was drying my hands, I heard a creak. I never turned around, but behind my reflection in the mirror, I could see the door to that dark stall slowly creaking open. What I saw instantly filled me with the worst sort of dread I've ever experienced. It looked like a man, but I knew it wasn't. The stall door had opened only just a crack, and I could see half of its face. It had a smile too large for its face, sharp yellow teeth, dark black eyes like a doll's, and no nose. It was almost gray in color, with patches of dirty black hair. I just stared at this thing, and it laughed again. The laugh was different this time. It sounded how the devil must sound if he were to laugh. I ran out of that bathroom like a bat out of hell, with that horrible laughter following me the whole time. I didn't stop and look back and see if that thing followed me out of the bathroom until I got to my car. I was alone in the parking lot, and whatever it was never came after me. I continued my drive, and the rest of my trip was fine. I just made it back home yesterday, and thought maybe it would help make sense of things if I wrote it down. Like I said, I'm a rational person. I don't believe in the paranormal or the supernatural, but if you're driving through Glen Rio, Texas, don't stop at any rest stops, just to be safe. That's the end of that one. That one was a little better. Maybe it's just these stories that I'm really not getting a feel for. But, like I said, I didn't want to make it too long. So yeah, you guys are gonna get a 2-for-1 tonight, I suppose. Since, like I said, I wasn't fully satisfied. Blah. Words. If you guys like this, please leave me comments, share the video, that really helps me out a lot, and I hope you guys stick around for the next video. I should be doing some more makeup type tutorials soon. I'm just low on products right now, so please be patient with me. Alright guys, I hope you had fun. Stay scary, be spooked, read some books in the dark. Bye.